After 3 months lost in my PS5 and ignoring everything else, friends, sunlight, sleep, I've resurfaced. No regrets because I've uncovered some absolute single-player gems that deserve your attention. Let's dive into the best while the outside world waits a bit longer. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Imagine galloping through fields of golden pampas grass as storm clouds gather over Tsushima. It's less a loading screen and more a Kurosawa film that you get to live. Sucker Punch's open-world epic drops you into 13th century Japan, where Samurai Jin Sakai must become the Ghost to resist the Mongol invasion. The island is your canvas. You follow foxes to shrines, soak in hot springs, duel bandits under cherry blossoms, and chase haunting mythic tales. Combat lets you switch between elegant katana stances or downright ninja-like stealth. And the director's cut adds an entire Iki Island expansion packed with new armor, characters, and minigames. It's equal parts meditative and brutal, writing haiku 1 minute, decapitating Mongol captains the next. Few games blend beauty and violence this seamlessly. Tsushima feels like a love letter to samurai cinema.
Masako!
Stand aside, Jin. You betrayed my family.
God of War Ragnarök. If the 2018 reboot was about Kratos learning how to be a dad, Ragnarök is about accepting his son's destiny. Santa Monica Studios' action-adventure takes place across all 9 realms of Norse myth, with Kratos and teenage Atreus trying to prevent the prophesied end of the world. Midgard is now locked in Fimbulwinter, and you'll traverse flaming Muspelheim, lush Vanaheim, and beyond. Combat builds on the Leviathan axe and Blades of Chaos by adding the Draupnir spear and shields that can parry like Captain America's. The game's scale can be daunting, but it never loses its heart. Between decapitating trolls and solving environmental puzzles, Kratos wrestles with prophecy and parenting. By the time you're riding a sled pulled by wolves across a frozen lake, you'll feel like you've participated in a myth rather than just played a game. It's a fitting send-off for the Norse saga. Marvel's Spider-Man 2. What's better than swinging through Manhattan at 60 miles per hour? Doing it while tag teaming with your protege. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 reunites Peter Parker and Miles Morales, letting you freely swap between them as they defend an expanded New York. Web wings let you glide over East River to new boroughs like Brooklyn and Queens, while villains such as Venom and Kraven make sure you don't get too comfortable. The chemistry between Peter and Miles drives the story. One juggling symbiote nightmares, the other trying not to flunk college. Combat builds on Insomniac's fluid system with new gadgets and symbiote powers, and the game constantly encourages exploration through photo ops, side missions, and suits. It's the closest you'll get to feeling like a superhero without risking your neck on a Manhattan skyscraper. And yes, chasing pigeons is still as oddly therapeutic as ever.
Bad haircuts, excessive cologne, yep, more fist goons! You're gonna have a bad...
I can endure. You?
Horizon Forbidden West. What happens when robotic dinosaurs meet a dying world? Guerrilla Games' Horizon Forbidden West answers by throwing you into a post-apocalyptic United States where charismatic huntress Aloy must uncover the source of a mysterious plague. The Forbidden West stretches from sunken San Francisco to Vegas ruins, and it's teeming with tribes, storms, and towering machines. New traversal tools like a glider and grappling hook make exploring cliffs and underwater ruins a joy, while the improved melee and elemental combat keep your brain firing as much as your bow. Side quests have meaningful characters, and tall necks still act as giant radio towers you climb to reveal the map. The narrative leans into sci-fi weirdness, but its true strength lies in letting you lose hours simply hunting, crafting, and watching a robot Slitherfang coil through a desert. It's a vast, stunning playground that manages to feel personal. Lies of P. Remember when Pinocchio wanted to be a real boy? In Lies of P, he just wants to stop a puppet uprising. NeoWiz and Round 8 Studio reimagined the classic tale as a gothic action RPG where you play as P, a mechanoid puppet exploring the plague-stricken city of Krat. Combat is Souls-like but flexible. You can swap weapon blades and handles, wield a mechanical arm outfitted with grappling hooks and flamethrowers, parry like a Victorian samurai, and watch your weapon's durability shatter if you get cocky. Choices matter. Tell the truth or lie, and the story changes accordingly. There are outfits to collect, New Game Plus for masochists, and a morality system that affects the ending. My hot take, it's both punishing and strangely whimsical, like Bloodborne in a Tim Burton fever dream. And yes, Geppetto is here, but not how you expect.
Let's show him how it's done. Alright, bringing out the big guns.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Rarely does a game treat the PS5's SSD like a toy. Rift Apart from Insomniac turns dimensional rifts into instantaneous portals, letting you pull entire worlds towards you mid-fight. The story sees our heroic Lombax robot duo separated across dimensions and introduces Rivet and her robot friend Kit, giving the series dual protagonists. It's still a third-person shooter at heart, but the weapons are as wonderfully absurd as ever. From the topiary sprinkler that turns enemies into hedges to a lightning-firing shotgun. Rail grinding, wall running, and dashing make traversal buttery smooth, and the planets are a visual feast even Pixar would envy. Between the humor, heart, and creative arsenal, Rift Apart feels like playing a Saturday morning cartoon that occasionally kicks your butt. It's proof that single-player games can still be pure, joyous fun.
We can't be that far.
They have found us, Ratchet.
How do I steer this thing?
Ask
Baldur's Gate 3. Larian Studios took Dungeons & Dragons and stuffed it into a lavish RPG where every choice matters, then added mind flayers for good measure. In Baldur's Gate 3, your character awakens with a parasite in their skull and must decide whether to resist or embrace its dark gifts. You explore shadow-cursed forests, the Underdark, and the bustling city of Baldur's Gate, climbing, shoving, and burning everything thanks to the freedom of the Divinity 4.0 engine. You can recruit origin characters, each with their own story arcs, or play as them yourself. Combat is turn-based, built on the 5th edition rule set with environmental interactions and difficulty options. There are romances, betrayals, and questionable goblin deals. My party spent an hour arguing whether to pet the owlbear cub. That's peak D&D. This game doesn't just let you roleplay, it forces you to live with your choices, for better or worse. Deathloop. What if Groundhog Day involved assassinations, superpowers, and a French 60s aesthetic? Arcane Lion's Deathloop casts you as Colt Vaughn, an assassin trapped on the island of Black Reef who must kill 8 visionaries in one day to break a time loop. Each loop is divided into 4 time periods and 4 districts, and moving between them advances the day. You'll study schedules, sabotage experiments, and lure targets together like a murder Sudoku. Combat blends stealth and all guns blazing with supernatural slabs. Blink through windows, turn invisible, or link enemies so one shot kills 3. There's also an optional multiplayer twist where another player controls Juliana to hunt you down. It's equal parts puzzle and shooter. The real fun comes when you finally orchestrate the perfect day and feel like a genius, or just get headshot by Juliana again. Either way, the loop beckons. Final Fantasy XVI. Take the political intrigue of Game of Thrones, the kaiju fights of Godzilla, and throw in some chocobos. Welcome to Final Fantasy XVI. Developed by Creative Business Unit 3, this action RPG follows Clive Rossfield across the kingdom of Valisthea, where titanic econs like Phoenix, Shiva, and Titan are bonded to human dominance. Instead of one giant open world, you explore large zones connected via a world map and a hub hideout. You'll take on hunts, side quests, and even read a lore compendium mid-battle. Combat is real-time and stylish. Clive can switch between icon abilities mid-combo, stagger foes, and dodge like a Devil May Cry protagonist. The supporting cast includes Clive's younger brother Joshua, childhood friend Jill, and a gruff engineer named Sid. With story-rich cutscenes and a New Game Plus mode, 16 feels like a playable blockbuster. My only gripe, after the third giant summon battle, I needed a nap. Alan Wake 2. 13 years after his disappearance, the beleaguered novelist finally escapes the dark place. Kind of. Alan Wake 2 is Remedy's survival horror sequel where you play both Alan Wake and FBI agent Saga Anderson, whose cases intertwine in a reality-bending nightmare. You can switch between their storylines at will, piecing together clues in Saga's mind place and rewriting reality in Alan's writer's room. Combat is tense and deliberate. A flashlight weakens enemies before bullets finish the job, and battery management becomes a life or death resource. Limited ammunition, dodge timing, and thick atmosphere make every encounter feel meaningful. This time, the Pacific Northwest's foggy forests share space with neon-lit New York streets, blending psychological horror with detective noir. It's a love letter to horror fiction and a cautionary tale about writing sequels. Sometimes the story writes back. Sackboy: A Big Adventure? Need a palate cleanser after all this doom and gloom? Sackboy: A Big Adventure is a joyful 3D platformer starring the lovable burlap mascot. Developed by Sumo Digital, it sends Sackboy across Craftworld to stop the villainous Vex from turning dreams into nightmares. Levels unfold on a world map, and you'll collect Dreamer Orbs to unlock new stages. Sackboy's moveset is surprisingly robust. Slaps, rolls, nosedives, and flutter jumps are joined by power-ups like the claw-string grappling hook and boomerang-like whirl tool. It's playable solo or in up to 4-player co-op, with some stages designed specifically for cooperation. You can also customize your Sackboy with hundreds of costumes and emotes purchased from ZomZom's shop. It's pure, unadulterated fun, like the video game equivalent of a hug.
There is nothing here for you to pillage or plunder.
To dearest Destroyer. May you rot in the deepest depths of the swamp.
Demon's Souls 2020. Bluepoint's PS5 remake of Demon's Souls proves that some nightmares are worth reliving. This brutally challenging action RPG transports you to the kingdom of Boletaria, a land shrouded in fog after King Allant's dabbling with soul arts awakened the old one. You create a custom warrior and venture into 5 diverse worlds radiating from the Nexus hub, defeating demons and collecting souls to upgrade your character. Combat demands patience. Stamina management, shield timing, and punishing bosses will test your resolve. The remake adds new weapons, armor that grant temporary resistances, tweaks weight encumbrance, and introduces a fractured world mirror mode. Asynchronous multiplayer features ghosts, bloodstains, and invasions. It looks stunning on PS5, but beneath the gloss is the same merciless game that birthed the Souls genre. Prepare to die and die again. Stellar Blade. Shift Up's Stellar Blade is like a K-pop video crashed into Devil May Cry. You play as Eve, an elite soldier sent to reclaim a post-apocalyptic Earth from monstrous Naytibas, aided by survivors in the city of Xi'an. Combat rewards pattern recognition and precise parries. You build a beta gauge by dodging and countering to unleash flashy skills and fill a burst gauge for screen-clearing attacks. Exploration mixes wall climbing, rope swinging, and side quests that unlock extra costumes. The narrative riffs on themes of AI and humanity. The Mother Sphere created by scientist Raphael Marx uplifted civilization before the Naytibas forced everyone off-world. Stellar Blade is unapologetically stylish, sometimes cheesy, and refreshingly earnest. If you've ever wanted a hack and slash with the production values of a sci-fi blockbuster, this is it. Death Stranding Director's Cut. Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding always divided players. Some call it a walking simulator, others a meditation on connection. The Director's Cut remasters and expands the original, putting you back in the boots of Porter Sam Bridges as he treks across a fractured America to reconnect survivors after the supernatural event known as the Death Stranding. This open-world action adventure blends deliveries with stealth and third-person shooting, while emphasizing cooperation through its social strand system, letting players build structures that help strangers. The Director's Cut adds new weapons, equipment, and modes, including a firing range, additional story missions, and even a fragile circuit racing minigame. On PS5, 3D audio, adaptive triggers, and 4K 60fps performance modes make the wasteland more immersive. My take? Once you embrace its deliberate pacing and weirdness, hauling cargo through rain-drenched mountains becomes oddly zen. Just don't trip, it's embarrassing.
And Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy.
Hogwarts Legacy. Ever wished you could attend Hogwarts without worrying about the chosen one? Hogwarts Legacy lets you live that fantasy as a fifth-year student in the 1890s, a century before Harry Potter. You attend classes, brew potions, and explore a huge open world spanning Hogwarts Castle, Hogsmeade Village, and the Scottish Highlands. Your custom character can harness ancient magic, uncover an old secret, and decide whether to wield it responsibly or succumb to dark impulses. The game features a roster of professors and companions, friendly students, while Goblin Rebel Ranrock and Dark Wizard Victor Rookwood loom as antagonists. Gameplay mixes spellcasting, broomflight, creature taming, and a personal room of requirement to decorate. It's essentially wizard school wish fulfillment with a morality system. Just remember, detention is still a thing.
Drug trade's gotten more aggressive post-Fisk. Gotta stump that out. Gotta be honest, not a fan of Big Pharma.
Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered. Before Spider-Man 2, it's worth revisiting where it all began. Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered is the enhanced version of Insomniac's 2018 hit, featuring improved models, ray-traced reflections, and 60 frames per second performance. As Peter Parker, you've been Spider-Man for 8 years and juggle life as a lab assistant while keeping New York safe. The open-world Manhattan encourages acrobatic traversal, from web swinging and wall running to fast travel via the subway. Combat is rhythmic, letting you chain punches, web shots, and environmental takedowns. A focus meter heals you or unleashes finishers. Unlockable suits and gadgets reward exploration, while optional tokens for challenges, backpacks, and landmarks keep completionists busy. With a heartfelt story featuring Dr. Octavius, Mary Jane, this remaster is the definitive way to experience Peter's outing on PS5. Just try not to get lost taking selfies.
Young man, I will pull this car over right now!
Before we jump into the last 5 games, here's a quick reminder. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, please like and subscribe. It helps keep the single player love alive. Now, back to the countdown. Kena Bridge of Spirits. Sometimes you need a gentle adventure that still tests your reflexes. Kena Bridge of Spirits is an action-adventure by Ember Lab about a young spirit guide who helps restless souls move on. Presented in a Pixar-like third-person perspective, you use Kena's staff for light and heavy attacks, then transform it into a bow to solve puzzles and fight. A magical pulse acts as a shield and reveals hidden objects. The adorable Rot, tiny spirit companions you collect, can move objects, distract enemies, and empower your attacks, and you can dress them up with hats. Completing tasks earns karma to unlock upgrades, while meditating increases health. The story, which sees Kena traveling to an abandoned village to cleanse corruption and help spirits find peace, is touching without being heavy-handed. It's a comforting journey that feels like playing through a folktale. Assassin's Creed Mirage. Ubisoft Bordeaux returns the series to its stealthy roots with Assassin's Creed Mirage. Set in 9th century Baghdad during the anarchy at Samarra, it follows street thief Basim ibn Ishaq as he joins the Hidden Ones and grapples with his past. Mirage is a more focused, linear entry designed to evoke the feel of the original games. Parkour, close quarters combat, and assassinations take center stage. Baghdad is divided into 4 districts plus surrounding towns, with Alamut Fortress appearing in missions. Basim's tools include smoke bombs, throwing knives, and the signature hidden blade, and he can call on his eagle Enkidu for reconnaissance. New mechanics like Assassin Focus let you chain stealth kills when fully charged. It's a smaller game, but being able to stalk targets in busy bazaars and slip into shadows without a level up menu in sight feels refreshing, like meeting an old friend after years apart.
That one looks like a scribe.
What are you doing? Taste death!
Returnal. Housemarque's Returnal asks, what if every death made you better? This third-person shooter roguelike casts you as Celine Vassos, an astronaut trapped in a time loop on the alien planet Atropos. Each run through its shifting biomes resets everything except your knowledge and a few permanent upgrades. Celine dashes, grapples, and blasts her way through bullet hell patterns, picking up random weapons like a spitmaul blaster or electropylon driver, each with leveling traits. Enemies fire hypnotic geometric barrages, and dying sends you back to the crash site. The PS5's haptics and 3D audio make every raindrop and ricochet palpable. Narrative snippets, house sequences, and audio logs reveal Celine's past in tantalizing fragments without clear answers. It's punishing but addictive, and the Cooperative Ascension update even lets a friend join you. Few games capture the thrill of improvement through failure quite like Returnal. The Last of Us Part 1. Naughty Dog's seminal 2013 journey returns rebuilt for PS5 in The Last of Us Part 1. You play as grizzled smuggler Joel escorting teenage Ellie across a fungus-ravaged United States while fighting off infected and hostile humans. The remake keeps the narrative intact but enhances combat, exploration, and accessibility with improved AI, new animations, and haptic feedback. Gameplay mixes stealth and brutal encounters, crafting shivs, tossing bricks, and squeezing through collapsed buildings. Modes like permadeath and speedrun add replay value, and the package includes the Left Behind expansion about Ellie and her friend Riley. It's still an emotionally charged road trip, now with photoreal characters and DualSense triggers that make every shotgun blast resonate. My advice? Bring tissues and maybe take breaks. It's beautiful, bleak, and utterly worth experiencing again. Black Myth Wukong. Game Science's Black Myth Wukong finally lets you feel like the legendary Monkey King. You play as the Destined One, a staff-wielding monkey warrior on a quest to recover 6 relics tied to Sun Wukong's senses. Inspired by the Chinese novel Journey to the West, the game mixes action RPG and Souls-like elements with slick third-person combat. Your staff can extend or shrink and has multiple stances, and you build focus through well-timed dodges to unleash heavy attacks. You can cast spells, shapeshift into creatures like a wolfman, and equip spirits and vessels for unique abilities. The world spans 6 chapters, from Blackwind Mountain to Flaming Mountains, and is populated by gods, yaoguai, and landmarks drawn from real Chinese temples. Difficulty spikes are intentional, but a new game plus and boss rush mode await those who master it. It's a gorgeously mythic take on a beloved tale. Just try not to get distracted by the scenery while a bull demon smashes you. And that wraps our odyssey through some of the best single-player gems on PlayStation 5. Whether you crave samurai epics, cosmic horror, whimsical platformers, or brain-bending RPGs, there's a world here worth getting lost in. Let me know which ones you've played, or which backlog beasts are staring you down. And if you enjoyed this, feel free to like and join the channel. I'll be back soon with more gaming deep dives and bad puns. Until then, happy adventuring.